Welcome to this explainer. We are jumping right in today because we're diving into a completely transformative blueprint for modern AI-assisted 3D workflows. Look, if you're an indie game developer, a solo creator, a cinematic artist, or even just a beginner stepping into the wild world of virtual production, you are in exactly the right place. The landscape of 3D creation is shifting at lightning speed, and we're going to break down exactly how you can harness these wildly powerful new tools. Think about it. Just a few years ago, putting together a full 3D scene was, well, a notorious mind-numbing grind. You literally had to model everything by hand, you had to endure the absolute pain of UV unwrapping every single object, sculpting from scratch, painting from scratch. But contrast that with the pipeline of today. Generate, refine, assemble, direct. That's the new mantra. Gen AI tools can now dramatically accelerate huge chunks of that old process. And that brings us to the core philosophy of what we're talking about today. The AI-first workflow. Now, does this mean artists are becoming obsolete? No way, absolutely not. What it actually means is that AI steps in to handle the repetitive, tedious generation. It does the heavy lifting of raw asset creation. Meanwhile, you, the artist, you step up to refine, organize, and guide those results. You're shifting from being a vertex pusher into the highly empowered role of an art director. So, it begs a pretty provocative question, right? Is manual 3D modeling just a thing of the past? Well, yes and no. Modern AI-assisted 3D workflows aren't about manually modeling everything from the ground up anymore. Instead, it's like a giant puzzle where AI hands you the first draft, you step in to fix the problems, and then you assemble the final world. To see exactly how this plays out in practice, let's map out our journey. Here is our roadmap. We'll be covering 1. The AI-first 3D shift. 2. Building the background. 3. Populating with crowd NPCs. 4. Crafting detailed hero props. 5. Mastering hero characters. And 6. The artist's new role. Section 1. The AI-first 3D shift. Embracing the new paradigm. Our ultimate goal here is maximum AI assistance with minimal manual work. To actually pull this off, you need a specific, highly accessible tool stack. For this beginner-friendly workflow, Blender and Unreal Engine 5 are your foundation. They're the core. Plugged into those, you've got AI generators like Meshy, TripoAI, and Rodin or Hyper3D doing that heavy lifting. Then, Modddif steps in for your textures, and MetaHuman handles the high-end characters. Section 2. Building the background, generating assets, and props. This is the first rung on our ladder of complexity. Background assets are definitely the easiest to generate. We're talking rocks, crates, cables, distant ruins. And there's a really soothing, predictable rhythm for creating these. Step 1, you generate the asset using prompts in tools like Meshy or TripoAI. Step 2, it goes straight into Blender for a quick cleanup. Just fix the scale, delete any weird floating geometry. The golden rule? Don't over-polish. These just need to look good from far away. Step 3, drop it into Modddif to sharpen up those rough AI textures. And finally, Step 4, assemble it all in Unreal Engine 5, letting Nanite and Lumen do the rest. Section 3. Populating with crowd NPCs, background characters. Moving slightly up the ladder now. Background characters are your civilians, your guards, pedestrians. Because they're rarely right in the camera's face, they don't need advanced facial rigs. They just need acceptable deformation, which makes them perfect for AI generation. Step 1 is generating body archetypes with Rodin or Hyper3D. Get a male, a female, maybe some armor variants. Step 2, bring them into Blender for a quick cleanup of clipping and weight paints. Step 3 is where the magic happens. Build modular systems. Swap clothes, swap textures. This is exactly how AAA studios operate efficiently. And Step 4, unleash them into Unreal's procedural crowd systems to save massive amounts of memory. Section 4, crafting detailed hero props, close-up assets. Time to focus on the things the camera actually cares about. Hero props are the cinematic weapons, the close-up vehicles. Because the camera lingers on them, they demand much better topology and highly believable materials. So for Step 1, you use AI to generate the base mesh, just for rapid shape exploration. But Step 2 is where human judgment is absolutely crucial. Inside Blender, you aren't remodeling, but you are polishing for sure. Fixing bevels, correcting edge flow. Step 3, Modded handles the material refinement to give you much sharper normal maps. And Step 4 is bringing it into Unreal Engine for that gorgeous cinematic lighting and decals. Section 5, Mastering Hero Characters, the final boss. This is without a doubt the hardest part of the AI 3D workflow today. So time for a quick reality check. Hero characters require complex facial animation, eye rigs, and believable skin. And current AI generators? Well, they still struggle significantly with fine details. Eyelids, mouths, fingers, production-ready edge flow, they just aren't there yet for extreme cinematic close-ups. And that is exactly why tools like MetaHuman are so critical right now. How do we solve this limitation? With an incredibly clever workaround. Step 1. Use AI to generate your base character, locking in the proportions and the silhouette. Step 2. Do some minimal cleanup in Blender. But Step 3 is the ultimate magic trick, using the Mesh to MetaHuman plugin. This takes your raw AI mesh and automatically converts it into pristine MetaHuman topology. It instantly solves massive rigging headaches. Then Step 4, you have full access to Unreal's cinematic workflow with MetaHuman Animator and LiveLink. Boom! Section 6. The artist's new role, directing the AI. Let's talk about what this means for you. To really thrive in this new era, you've got to understand the divide. AI is incredible at rapid iteration. Background props, modular kits, it builds the world fast. But it completely falls flat on animation-ready topology, hero facial rigs, and clean UVs. Acknowledging this distinction is exactly how you avoid burning hours and hours in sheer frustration. Because of those weaknesses, let me just reassure you, your human skill remains essential. Think of Blender as your critical artistic correction layer. AI dramatically cuts down the manual labor, sure, but it does not completely remove the need for your eye and your cleanup. You still need to know how to fix scales, adjust pivots, repair topology, and manage exports. The future of 3D production is AI-assisted, procedural, and, above all, artist-directed. The most valuable skill you can possess isn't pure manual modeling speed anymore. It's your artistic judgment, it's your eye for composition, your storytelling. As this quote captures so perfectly, the strongest creators in the next few years won't be competing against AI, they're going to be the ones collaborating with it effectively. And honestly, if you're a beginner or a solo dev, that is incredibly good news. It completely opens up the medium. Small teams can now build stunning worlds that used to require massive, massive studios. So I'll leave you with this final thought to take away from our explainer today. Are you ready to stop modeling every single vertex by hand and start directing your own digital worlds? The tools are out there. They're waiting for your vision. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and keep creating.